But I'm not saying that some of these things are not being achievable immediately. And we must understand that. And you wake up in the morning, you hear a news. Oh, we have issued government an ultimatum without even writing to government. They have issued an ultimatum. Here is, you don't engage with government and let government know these are the problems you are facing. The dream is just blackmail, threats. And by the time you sit down with them and say, look, but this is not possible. See this, see this, see this. You now come and, oh, we did not realize that this has been done. And these are not the things that this communicate you issue. Have you written to government that, look, we want to discuss with you, see what you think, see what you think. When I was governor, doctors said, look, all of them entitled to vehicles. I said, how do I provide it? How do I provide it? How do I provide vehicle for over 2,000, 1,000 doctors? How do I do it? I said, this is the entitlement. Okay, assuming, do not consider. How do you provide it? You can say, okay, I will take 50 now, or I'll take 100. They'll say, no, 500. How do you provide it? And so we must be realistic.
I was saying you're the leader. Somehow leaders will figure it out.
No, but it should be realistic too. It should be realistic. Okay, take for example. I've just said here severally, and we don't want to take that. What does Abuja get from the Federation account? What do we get? What we get from the Federation account is that federal government gets $1 trillion, for example, in a month. For example, if I thought they do, 1% of $1 trillion is how much? Those of you who know mathematics. No, which 100 billion?
1 billion.
10 billion naira. That is not up to for you to pay salary. Now, what do? You fall back to your IGR. Is it not correct?
The FCT wage bill is more than 10 billion naira a month?
It is 12-point-something billion naira a month.
Overhead.
Salary.
Yeah, that's overhead.
And for over 47,000 workers, how do you have 47,000 workers in FCT? For Christ's sake.
Honorable Minister.
And then you now come to say, okay, I have to verify. Oh, labor will come in. They'll go on strike. You want to sack some workers, this and that and that. That's what you face. But the truth of the matter is that, okay, we fall back to our idea.
Is it possible to
No, hold on. So that let people know. Maybe you are trying to dodge because maybe your media outfit is also owing. The point I'm trying to say.
You know that my media outfit can never
No, you owe.
We don't owe.
Okay, don't worry. I will publish it tomorrow.
We don't owe.
Now, you see what happens. Now, when you now come out to say, look, we must be aggressive to connect our idea to be able to solve this problem. Then you also go back and say, oh, the manner and way the FCT is going about these taxes is not correct. There's no human face, not this. You want problem to be solved. I'm just being realistic now to tell you now, look at the problems. Now put it on the table. Government say, look, see what we are getting. And the only way we can achieve and get money to solve these problems will fall back to IGL. You know, payment of tax is a problem here. Payment is a problem. Yes. Most of you are living in Matama, Asokoro, Wuse, One. There are no poor people there, but you pay.
All right, Honorable Minister, I'm sure we'll have time to come back to FCT issues, but let's do things differently in this particular media chat.
Yes.
Let's go to politics. Obviously so, because just yesterday, the results of the local government elections that were conducted on Saturday were announced, and it's been more of knocks than kudos for the conduct of the election. And you not only participated, but that's your state. And a lot of people are saying that your hands are showing, that we are seeing since Saturday. First, your quick comment first on the elections.
Okay, so if you ask me, because when you said my hand was showing, I wanted to know how my hand was showing.
People are wondering how it happens that the rainbow coalition between the APC and the PDP, how did that happen?
First of all, let me comment about the election. This morning, I sat down, I was watching comments, particularly channels. On Saturday, before I went out to vote, I also watched channels. Problem we had in this country is misinformation. It's not my fault that you refuse to do your work. I have seen media people who, if you want to go in this area, you go and do your researches. To be adequately informed, so that when you ask you questions, sometimes it beats my imagination when I see people on television. And these are people I should think that have done their investigative job, that they know they have carried out investigations, they now confront you with facts. I discovered that zero. First of all, you talk about legality of the election. It's most unfortunate. I believe that you have legal sections or legal departments who should be able to tell you what is this and what is that. I've said this severally. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. He said it's illegal for an emergency rule to conduct the election.
That is what the legal minds
I'm coming now. Give me the opportunity. I will educate you. This one, I'm very vast in this one. Not a media work, no. I won't go and take your job. Now, have you read about the emergency powers of 2004 that was signed by President Olusegun Obasanjo? What does this say? What does this say? The president has power to suspend or modify some sections of the law under emergency rule. Under the emergency rule, we can make regulation for the governance of the emergency areas. And the president had done that. We say, oh, it's illegal for the emergency government to conduct, but we accept military rule to conduct election for us. Military rule is an aberration. That's unknown to law. We will accept military rule conducting an election for democratically elected people.
Because the military rule at that time was the de facto government.
Why not wait? Why not wait now? Just wait. First of all, is military rule an aberration or not?
In a democracy.
To 1999. Are you referring to 1999?
I'm coming. All about just ask you simple question. Is military rule an aberration?
In a democracy, it should be.
The aberration is only sustained because of the suspension of the Constitution.
Fine. Now, under emergency rule, what does it say? What does the law say? You don't know under the emergency rule the suspension of certain provisions of the law.
Constitution.
I've said this severally. Now, you are talking about the president to leave the emergency rule by 18th of September, where the governor will come back and the state legislature will come back. And then there's no democracy in the third tier. Remember, the president did not declare emergency rule in the local government. It was the Supreme Court that set aside the election, that the election was not valid. And you also remember the Supreme Court before now said that there shouldn't be any caretaker committee at the local government level. And also, if the local government level is not democratically elected, they cannot access funds for the federation account. That is correct? Is that not correct?
Very well.
Fine. So the president did not notify the local government election. It was the court that notified the local government election. Now, no, I'm coming. It was this emergency rule that gave president the power, the access to even say they should access funds to the federation account. That's why civil servants are being paid. Assuming that did not happen, well, what would we have said today about local government council, where workers are not being paid because they cannot access money for the federation account? Also remember that because of this emergency rule, that the states were able to access funds for the federation account. Supreme Court has said there was no budget, and therefore state government cannot access funds for the federation account.
Your Excellency.
No, can I finish?
Okay, go on.
Can I finish? So I let the public have the benefit of understanding and even appreciate the president for what he has done. Now, if this election is not conducted, and then the governor comes in, the state legislature comes in, right? In that case, how will local government access funds when there's no democratically elected government? How would they access funds to federation account? How would the civil servant be paid? What would then be the fate of the grassroots level? You have crisis. You have crisis. And then the president now said, look, by the regulations have made, you are therefore to conduct elections. Some people say, oh, the electoral act said 90 days, 150 days. They forget that the president has power to suspend some sections, and which he did by the regulations he passed or he made. And why should it be that each time is only in this part of the world? You are not a lawyer. By any act that has happened, you become a lawyer. You are not a judge who is given the responsibility for interpretation of the Constitution, our laws. You make yourself a judge. And you have not taken steps to challenges, I thought, as people who are civilized, who want the rule of law, who want the law to grow. I will tell our party, my party, challenge this in court. This is not going to be allowed. Just like what we did when RISEC conducted or trying to conduct election. We went to court and said, court, no. No. They have not followed the provisions of the electoral act and the Constitution, therefore they cannot conduct this election. The court gave judgment, saying, yes, you are right. It was in your media houses where they were showing that this judge is corrupt. He took money. He did this. He did that.
But it's not.
No, I am coming. I will not allow you to interject us. I will not agree. The world must hear. The world must hear the truth. And that's what we owe the public. When Justice Lifu of the Federal High Court gave that judgment, it was all over everywhere that he took bribe. He did this and that. So they were screwing it. The bar. AIT was screwing it. Arise was screwing it. The matter went to a Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal set aside the judgment of the Federal High Court. You also came out and said, oh, now the law has taken place. Then people want to appeal to Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, no. The Federal High Court was right. The Court of Appeal, you were wrong. See. It was based on that judgment, all of you now are interpreting the number of days that ought to be given by RISEC. And they said, look, that, oh, who appointed that the administrator has no right to appoint RISEC? Rubbish. The emergency law, the administrator, is on behalf of the president. The president even submitted the names of members of RISEC to National Assembly. Remember, under emergency rule, now there is no state assembly, the National Assembly takes over. And that's why the National Assembly had to pass the budget of the state, of the Rivers State government. And which is why the state administrator is the one now presiding over that budget. Nobody argues that why should National Assembly pass the budget of the state? Nobody. It was the National Assembly that approved and screened and approved the nomination by Mr. President of members of RISEC.
Which wasn't without controversy.
Eh?
Which wasn't without controversy.
Controversy how?
The screening of the National Assembly, but let us, I mean,
No,
I digress.
you have brought it up.
Yes.
Let the public know the controversy of the chairman.
Of the chairman.
You see, that is the problem we have in this country.
Wasn't there controversy at the National
Let me
Assembly?
tell you, if you create a controversy on your own, does not mean there's a controversy. What's the controversy? That the president nominated somebody, a Nigerian.
Who's not an indigene of that state?
What is indigenship? Who will they appoint in Rivers State now to be the chairman of Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission? That you will not say that is biased, that are attached to this group or that group. No, tell me. You want to bring St. Atedopida aside to be the chairman. Who will you bring that's not linked to WIKE or is not linked to this person? Now the president is wisdom to make sure at least we should have people who are a bit independent. Okay, chairman, let me go outside. Somebody who's not attached to anybody in the state. The issue of indigenship. And that, why not say who will do the work? And we're talking about controversy. What is the controversy? Somebody from the South?
Now, Your Excellency, the elections...
The people are talking about.
Yes.
Is WIKE a PDP member happy that APC won 20 local government chairmanship positions in Rivers State?
Yes.
Did you campaign for PDP?
Including your own.
Hold on. So WIKE is very popular today.
Where are you?
Hold on.
Yes.
WIKE is popular today. Is it not the same people I hear in Arise, I hear in AIT, I hear in the channel that say, look, WIKE cannot say he's going to determine what happens or not. He can only determine in his own local government. I have determined now in my own local government. I'm a member of PDP. I won in my local government.
And the people who won in APC,
people are saying
and the people who won in APC,
the case of WIKE defeating
No.
WIKE.
You see, you blow hot and cold. You said, look.
Well, would you be fair to say the way you are handling things at the moment, because you speak that you are a PDP member still, but every other action you take is in support of the APC.
What kind of action did I take?
You said now that you delivered your own local government in this election, and you delivered it to the APC.
No, it's not correct. You see the problem we have? You see where your mind is?
Okay.
No, hold on. Nigerians should know. See where your mind said.
Okay, I might have
I
been
said my
listening to
local
this,
government.
but
No. Luckily, this is a live program. I never said here that my local government is APC. I never said so. I said your media house, all of you, you always say WIKE cannot influence what happens in other local government. He can only influence what happens in his own local government. That the people in those local governments are those to choose where to go to. And I have agreed to that. And I have influenced, campaigned for my people, vote for PDP. And my people have voted for PDP in my local government. Now you are angry that APC won. No, listen. You are angry that APC won in the local government, which means why did I not extend the influence I didn't have?
I'm not talking about your influence.
Are you happy with the result of these elections? 20 local government councils, a clean sweep by the All Progressives Congress, and just 20 local government councils by the PDP. Many times on this platform, three by the PDP. A lot of times on this platform, in the media chat, you have said that you will work for the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ahead of 2027. Is this a preview of what is yet to come in the 2027 general elections?
Now, can I tell you, the local government that is telling me who wins what in the state is my local government. Okay. It's Port Harcourt local government and Oboboma and Dore local government. And these are local government won by PDP.
Are you insinuating
listen.
That what occurred in Rivers State over the weekend on Saturday is what we are going to see in 2027? That is my question.
Mind you should know that every election has its own perspective. Look at it. 2, you should know what is happening. Are people happy with what is happening in PDP? The PDP contest in those local governments.
Where APC contested?
Yeah, DJ contested.
Sorry, please.
It's not correct. Go and get your facts. People are, you see, that's why when you want to say something.
Your Excellency.
No,
the last time I raised this issue, the last time I raised this issue of a collaboration between the APC and the PDP.
Benga, let me educate you people. Because you have refused to go and do your research. Even what you said, ADD, see what you said. You don't even have the facts.
Well, not in all the...
No, it's not about saying, if I were you, what you should have done was to go to RISEC. Can I have parties who are participating?
But you
can I finish
do that?
No, I don't.
Okay, do you want me to give you the facts now
Can I,
of the research?
No, you can't give me. Can I? You see, excuse me. Okay. This is for us, for me to educate the public.
All right.
It's not for you to educate the public.
Okay.
So don't be taking my time before you go on the advert and this and that. So let me tell the public. I thought that you should have written to RISEC. Can we have parties that are contesting this election? What are their candidates' names in the local, in the various local governments? It's not every party that can say we see their candidates in Obiapo or in Port Harcourt or in Oboboma or in Oboma. No. So you don't expect to win where you do not fit candidates. Where you do not fit candidates. And what I was thinking, for the first time in the history of this country, you didn't hear gunshots. For the first time in the history of this country, you didn't hear hijacking of materials. And for the first time in the history of this country, no political party has come out to say, look, we don't believe in this kind of election.
Do they have the strength to do that?
What is my business about strength now?
Democracy, 20 local government to the APC.
Yes.
I think at the heart of what I was trying to get at was that you have often, repeatedly said you will work to return, just like you said, President Tinubu
Have I denied that?
So
what have I got to do with the local government? Why didn't I give my own local government to APC if that is the basis?
Your Excellency, let me tell you what the research that you didn't want to hear is about.
Yes.
In the last media chat,
Okay.
I raised the question of that alliance between the APC and the PDP.
Yes.
That the two parties had agreed to work together and give local governments to themselves.
Okay.
Which was why in your local government, for instance,
Yes.
because you wanted to retain your position in PDP, Obiapo was for PDP.
Yes.
People who are very close to you politically, in Emoha, for instance, one of your staunchest supporters, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, contested on the platform of the APC. There was no PDP candidate upon the election against him. In what's Brother Francis Obua's local government, I think, Onega also, it was PDP. There was no APC candidate.
Yes.
Another staunch supporter of yours, former chairman of the PDP in Rivers State, Ambassador Desmond Akao, I saw him campaigning for the APC in his local government. The APC won in his local government, which buttressed the point that I wanted to make the last media chat, that there was an alliance. They call it Rainbow Coalition between the APC and the PDP, which was a master plan by you to maintain dominance over the PDP and the APC.
Assuming they're not conceding.
So it's not a question of whether political parties contested or not.
Assuming they're not conceding, you must give us credit to come up with such an alliance that will bring peace in the state. Why not try it in your own state and see whether it will work? So you must come to study us. You must come to study us. I said, assuming do not consider. What I'm saying, you have to hear me now. What I'm trying to say is that this is what you have alleged. I have not accepted, but I said, okay, assuming that was done. What does it tell you? What is important in
you have your house in the two political parties?
No, the point I'm making, whether I have my house or not, strategy in politics is what matters.
What is this?
Let's look at
the
national
strategy in politics is very, very important. First of all, you're always talking about gunshots in elections in River State. You're talking about hijacking of materials in River State. You always say so. And now, if the people have sat down, I should be to say, look, we will not allow these gunshots again. Okay. We will not allow this hijacking of materials. Let's sit on our own, see how can we move our state forward. And that has not given them peace. Why are you worried that there's peace? So you would have been happy if you hear River State, 20 people were shot. You carry such news to make headline that 20 people were shot in River State yesterday. You'll be very happy. Now, Rivers people have defeated you on that. They have defeated you on that. There will not be any more gunshots. Now look at even what you said. Look at what Channel said. They went to Ward 13, Rumola, and Rumokuta, and Rumadolo. You don't know. Rumola is when they're going to Aba Road, where you have lock-up shots everywhere. So they said they went to Unit 20 and 21 by 9:30. If you follow the pattern of elections in Nigeria, you know that people come out very well from 10 o'clock. When I was watching channels, they were saying voters apathy. Assuming they not conceded that there were in Unit 21, Unit 20 and 21 of Ward 13 in Obiakpo that would vote apathy. How does that affect 7,000 units? 7,000 units. Then when I went to my own unit to vote, the lady who was the one carrying that news was in my unit. I said, hey, you are the one whom I will just watch on television now. He said, yes. Now, what's the voters apathy now? She said, no, because I said, Channel, you want to defend your media. Now, she said, I'm going to correct it. I said, you see, this is the problem we have in this country. Have you been to Omuma? Have you been to Gokana? Have you been to Kana? Have you been to Tai? Have you been to Eleme? Have you been to Andoni? Have you been to Abuodua? Have you been to Ahuda West? Have you been to Ahuda West? No, the point I'm making is that, the point I'm making is that you already have a predetermined mind.
No, that is unfair.
No, it's not.
The point I'm trying to make is this lady, at the point where she is, it could be there are no persons there.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The point I'm saying, why can you say out of 7,000 polling units, and you saw Unit 20 and 21, and you are saying that's voter apathy?
Your Excellency,
you are sending a wrong message, which is not correct.
Excellency, I'm not going to defend that, and it's for a very clear reason, because we will not report what we did not see.
You did not see. You cannot use 2 units
if the visuals
to judge 7,000
showing,
polling units.
Yes.
You are sending a wrong signal,
okay,
which is not fair. And then you came to my unit, you saw a mammoth crowd, and then I asked you, how would you now report it? She said, oh, she will correct it. That is not fair.
No, we will report what we're seeing as well. We also reported what we saw.
You cannot use 2 units to judge 7,000 polling units.
Your Excellency, we will also report what we saw, but we're going
you are very biased.
We're diverting from attention. Let me just a moment. Let me quickly take you up on this issue, because you tried to educate us on the legality of the elections, which was the basis upon which a lot of Rivers people had problems with the elections. For a number of people, they said, just
now you have said a wrong word. The majority of Rivers people. How did you get the majority of Rivers people?
Okay, well, I did not say majority. I said a lot of people.
Who are the lot of people? Because you saw 10 people who came out to write on the newspapers.
Okay.
That is the problem you have.
Okay, just a moment. So let's just say some people. Let's just say some people.
Which is natural.
And let us question the basis that you said that the elections were legal.
Yes.
Which is the issue of, you said military rule. And I asked you a question if you were referring to the 1999 transition from military dictatorship to our democracy. Was that what you were referring to?
What I'm saying is this. I said, emergency rule is provided in the Constitution. I'm coming. So you know what I'm saying. Provided. And that under the emergency rule, that the president has power to make regulations concerning the governance of that emergency areas. And that under emergency rule does not mean that you don't follow rule of law. And that the president under the regulation made has said elections should be conducted. And then I'm saying, if emergency rule, which is even provided in the Constitution, you are saying that cannot conduct election to allow democracy at the third tier level, that if what is provided in the Constitution, allowed in the Constitution, cannot do this, are you not saying people who get to the barrel of gun, which has no provision in the Constitution, cannot conduct election for democratically elected people? That is the basis of what I said. That emergency rule is provided in the Constitution, and that the president has power to make regulation as to the governance of that area. And that people are now coming up to say, look, let me just tell you, some people have said under the Electoral Act. I said, they've not even read the regulation. The president has suspended some sections of the Electoral Act and then some sections of the law concerning Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. And that has paved the way for that regulation to hold election.
All right. Honorable Minister, maybe that should be your argument. But
what should be my argument?
Now, but the argument about military rule is that once you hear the martial music, the Constitution is already suspended.
No,
this is a vacuum.
Why not wait? You see, that's my problem with you. What I said here, you would have understood what I said. If the emergency rule that provided in the Constitution, if you are saying that they cannot conduct election because the emergency rule, and then you are not talking about the one that came to the barrel of God, which you are saying they have suspended Constitution.
Right, we understand your argument.
So you understand what I'm saying? So you understand what I'm saying? But the point we are making is that let people, let people hear and let people know, is that some people have gone to court. What did the court say? The court said, go ahead with the election. And we're here killing ourselves under what law? The body that is allowed for interpretation of our laws has said, go ahead with it. Then you are now coming here to be the judge, to be the lawyer, to be everything.